What would happen if the moon suddenly disappeared? Look up at the moon tonight. It seems peaceful, distant, almost decorative. But what if, without warning, it simply disappeared? No explosion, no warning. One moment the moon is there, and the next, it's gone. Would Earth survive? At first, surprisingly, almost nothing would happen. You wouldn't feel the ground shake. Buildings wouldn't collapse. Earth wouldn't suddenly fly out of orbit. And because moonlight takes about 1.3 seconds to reach Earth, we'd actually continue seeing the moon for just over a second after it vanished. Then the night sky would become dramatically darker. The moon doesn't produce its own light. It reflects sunlight. But a full moon is still bright enough to illuminate landscapes, cast shadows, and help countless animals navigate at night. Without it, nights away from artificial lighting would become much darker. But darkness would be the least of our problems. One of the first major changes would happen in the oceans. The moon's gravity is the primary force responsible for Earth's tides. As Earth rotates, the moon's gravitational pull helps create the familiar rise and fall of ocean levels around the planet. Without the moon, tides wouldn't completely disappear because the sun also produces tides. But they would become much weaker. Solar tides are considerably smaller than the tides produced by the moon. That might not sound catastrophic, but tidal environments are some of the most important ecosystems on Earth. Coastal wetlands, tidal pools, mudflats, and estuaries depend on the regular movement of seawater. Countless species have evolved around these cycles. Crabs, shellfish, fish, seabirds, and microorganisms all depend on tidal ecosystems. Change the tides dramatically, and entire coastal food chains could be disrupted. But the moon affects more than the oceans. It also helps stabilize Earth itself. Earth doesn't rotate perfectly upright. Its axis is tilted about 23.5 degrees. That tilt is one of the reasons we have seasons, and the moon acts somewhat like a stabilizing influence on Earth's rotation, helping keep variations in that tilt relatively limited over long periods of time. Without the moon, Earth's axial tilt could become less stable over millions of years. It wouldn't happen tomorrow. It wouldn't happen next year. But over enormous spans of time, Earth's tilt could potentially vary much more dramatically. And that could mean major changes to the planet's climate. Imagine regions that are temperate today experiencing radically different seasonal patterns. Polar regions could receive much more sunlight during certain periods. Other areas could experience extreme winters or summers. Earth would still be habitable, but its long-term climate could become far less predictable. Then there's something else most people never think about. The moon has been influencing life on Earth for billions of years. Many animals use moonlight and lunar cycles to survive. Sea turtles use natural light when navigating after hatching. Certain coral species coordinate spawning with lunar cycles. Predators change their hunting behavior depending on how bright the moon is. Some birds use moonlight during migration. Even insects respond to lunar light. Remove the moon, and suddenly thousands of species would be living on a planet where an ancient environmental signal had vanished. Some would adapt, others might struggle. But there's another fascinating consequence. Our measurement of time would feel different. The word month is historically connected to the moon. For thousands of years, civilizations watched lunar phases to track time. Calendars, religious observances, farming practices, navigation, mythology, and human culture have all been influenced by that glowing object in the night sky. Without the moon, humanity would lose something that has been part of every human civilization in history. There would also never be another solar eclipse like the ones we see today. Solar eclipses happen because of an extraordinary coincidence. The sun is roughly 400 times wider than the moon, but it's also roughly 400 times farther away. That makes them appear almost exactly the same size in our sky. When the moon passes directly between Earth and the sun, it can cover the sun almost perfectly. Without the moon, total solar eclipses would disappear forever. But here's perhaps the strangest part of all. If the moon suddenly vanished, Earth's orbit around the sun would not collapse. The sun contains more than 99% of the mass in our solar system. Its gravity dominates Earth's orbit. So Earth would continue traveling around the sun. Our planet would survive. Humans would survive. Civilization would not immediately end. But Earth would no longer be quite the same planet. Our oceans would behave differently. Our nights would become darker. Many ecosystems would be disrupted. Our planet's long-term rotational stability could change, and one of the most recognizable objects in the human sky would be gone forever. For most of human history, people have looked at the moon and wondered what was up there. We wrote stories about it. We built calendars around it. We navigated by it. And eventually, we traveled to it. The moon can seem like nothing more than a beautiful object hanging in the night sky, but it's actually part of an enormous gravitational relationship that has shaped Earth for billions of years. So the next time you look up and see the moon, remember this. It's not just lighting the night, it's helping shape the world beneath your feet. And without it, Earth would be a very different place.